In this video, we're looking at week 1, program 3, and it's another predict and run. So hopefully you'll be used to this structure by now. So in predict and run, we look at the code that you can see highlighted there, and we try and work out what's happening line by line. We describe that in a comment, just using a hashtag, either underneath or just after the lines of code. I always do just after the lines of code, so I know what I'm doing, and it forms a brilliant resource for you to go back to at a later point, and you can use it to help you remind you of a structured way of describing what the code does. So remember from last time, anytime we are dealing with a variable, we're setting something to something. So I've got my structure there, and I'm just going to paste it there instead. And when we're outputting values, we are sending something to the console. Okay. And so I'm going to take that as my template, and I'm going to just copy and paste it there. Now, wording isn't really important. The sort of clarity of what your description says is important, okay? But hopefully by watching these videos, you'll see that I'm building myself up into a routine. So every time I see a variable being assigned, I'm going to use the same structure. Now, there's a slight difference between program 2 and program 3, but we'll focus on that in just a second. So before we go any further, I'm going to focus on lines 7, 8, and 9. Now in those lines, we are sending information to the console, and it's exactly the same as program 2, so I wish I'd kept that copied and pasted. So we're going to send name concatenated with the contents of variable name to the console. And we're going to send age concatenated with the contents of the variable age to the console. And then the last one is we're sending GPA concatenated with the contents of the variable GPA to the console. Now, I didn't add that important line in the text, or the important section saying the text. So let's just add that, copy and paste it into each of our sections there. So we've got send text, name concatenated with the contents of variable name, age concatenated with the contents of variable age, and text GPA concatenated with the contents of the variable GPA. So I'm happy with that. Let's focus back on lines 3, 4, and 5 to finish this off. So we're setting the name variable to something, we're setting the age variable to something, and we're setting the GPA variable to something. But this time around, it's not an explicit hard-coded value. We're actually sending it, sorry, we're setting it to contain the result of some user input. And there's lots of ways of doing this. So I'm just going to say to input, and then enter your name. Okay, so I'm just going to describe it by almost entirely copying the code here. Now notice that I didn't convert that to integer, or didn't say that I was converting it to integer. Okay, so what I've done there is I've said set name to input, enter your name, set age to input, enter your age, and then set GPA to input, enter your GPA. So I'm assuming it's going to ask 3 questions, and then it's going to display the results. So enter your name, let's put in Ian as an example here. Age, let's pretend that I'm 45. And your GPA is kind of American thing, so let's make up a number between 0 and 4. Okay, and it just spits back exactly what we typed in. So it says name concatenated with the contents of the name variable, age concatenated with the contents of the age variable, and then GPA concatenated with the contents of the GPA variable. Nothing's calculated, it's all just typed it in, it just sort of repeats it back to you. Okay, remember and click that submit button when you're finished so that you can submit your work and I can have a look at it. But hopefully it makes sense. If not, ask in the comments at the end of this video.